Welcome back, folks. Episode 35. The big 3-5. That's a 3 and a 5 right beside it. 35 weeks of the West Coast Sports Junkies, and we're glad to be here tonight, having a nice beer, relaxing. Well, some of us are relaxing. We're down a comrade, but it's okay. We'll be fine. So we been away for a bit, and I don't think that up until last night, I don't think the Canucks won since we've been off. So we got that to talk about. Boy, do I have a few things to say about that. The Seahawks, boy, does Ty have a few things to say about that. UFC, boy, does Mike have a few things to say about the UFC. So, lots of things going on around us, floods and variants and all sorts of crap. And our teams are all in the toilet. Jeez, man. Huh? Mike?
Crazy times.
What do you...
Yeah. It's a good time to be drinking. That's about it, eh?
Well, yeah, and cheers to everyone, because, I mean, what else are you going to do? And that doesn't count what you just did there.
Yeah,
What are you guys drinking, boys?
I was about to ask you. You kick us off here.
I'm not drinking during weekdays right now. I'm on started my training program. I'm going with the bubbly, supporting Mr. Buble.
It's not really his company. He's just a spokesman.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm on board with their marketing.
yeah, it's quite embarrassing that you're drinking that. And it's pink. What flavor is that? Strawberry? Grapefruit?
This is my favorite one. This is the grapefruit. And dude, have you had these? There's they taste good. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 fat. Remember when you were on a diet?
It's like a White Claw. Yeah.
You should have had one of these.
So why don't you have a White Claw?
Or White Claws aren't 0 calories.
They're 100.
Oh, they're close though. They're a lot healthier than a
beer.
beer. Yeah.
What's a beer? 180?
Trying to
150?
see.
It's not that much better.
Depending on the beer, but
They don't even put it on the can.
They're just don't worry about that. That's just a minor
yeah.
detail here.
I'm glad they don't.
Over 600 years of Belgian brewing expertise brought to life in a beautifully balanced lager. There you go. What more do you need to know? How many calories? Come on.
What are you guys drinking?
Stella, man.
Oh, you're both on the same sauce tonight, huh?
Yeah, you must have missed the
Christmas
memo.
time. This originally.
No, you guys are all negative over there. I heard your comments before the show. That's the negative beer of the day. You got to get on the bubbly train.
What is there to be? What's there to be positive about in the sports world, there, Mike?
Well,
do tell.
There's a few things. Canucks won. They beat the Canadians yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
That's
they beat. It was the toilet bowl last night. The two worst teams in the league.
What else? Hughes got his 100th assist. That's pretty cool.
150th point.
150th point. 100th assist. He's got 50 goals.
I think it's 100th point.
Yeah, 100
at 150 games, right?
It's pretty good. What else can we say that's positive? I'm going down to the Seahawks game this Sunday. Going to bring some positive vibes to that club.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's true. That's a good one.
Oh, so expect a loss, folks.
No way. The 12th North is coming down.
Yeah, it's officially must-win time. That should have started last night in the Monday Nighter, but
Tiger Woods, he's out.
We'll get into that later.
He's back, walking around, hitting golf balls again, hosting the Hero Championship this week, and not playing in it, but he's going to be there. Did a press conference.
Yeah, he's going to be back in April, I think. I think he'll make the Masters.
Whoa, how you guys? Oh, I noticed something before I went to bed last night. You guys sent a picture of Tiger Woods wearing Russell Wilson jersey. What was that all about?
It was just a meme going around.
What, that he's like Russell Wilson is addicted to drugs and sex?
Oh
and
no,
stuff,
just kind of hit rock bottom.
Oh yeah,
disheveled. Yeah, not referencing the other stuff. It was just funny.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking about the Seahawks. Why don't we get into it, Ty? Russell Wilson, I watched most of the game last night. It was obviously Monday Night Football, and we lost. I missed the last quarter and a half because I had to go to hockey, but it looks like he came back. We were able to score a late touchdown, right? And then missed a 2-point conversion. And if you look at his stats, like he was like 247, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a few rushing yards. That's not bad, man. I don't, our expectations can't be that much higher than that.
I don't know what the hell you watched before you went to hockey, but that team is broken. The offense is broken. DK didn't have a target until essentially the end of the game. The touchdown they scored was a fluke, and it was within the last minute and a half, which it was good. They came close, but the team is just terrible, man. I think they had like 13 minutes time of possession the entire game. Washington just dominated. The only reason we weren't blown out in that game is because Washington's kicker got hurt on that Rasheem Green blocked punt or blocked point after return. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was something I've never seen before, and I didn't even know. I've been a fan of football for a long time, and I think I've told you before. Every week I learn something new. I didn't even know that was 2 points. I thought that it was actually no points. I thought
it didn't used to be anything. Yeah, but that's a new wrinkle that you don't actually get to see very often.
No, for sure.
But you figure with that play, that would have given us some momentum, especially with getting the ball first in the second half. But oh man, the offense is just broken. They're uninspired. Play calling's terrible. Execution's terrible. Russell Wilson was horrible last night. Like, you look at the stats, sure, like stats can be padded in certain situations. Like, they were forced to pass, they were forced to play from behind. Washington was in soft coverage, which led us to get that late touchdown. But man, on third down, he missed so many throws.
It seemed
many wide open.
The ball was like sailing on him. It has to do with to do with his finger, man.
No,
he came back after like 30 days off after surgery.
It's just that's just a finger. They wouldn't have cleared him if he wasn't.
It's his
healthy.
middle finger on his throwing hand.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be playing if he wasn't healthy. Like, Geno Smith gave us a better chance to win.
His ego, I think, brought him back too soon.
Yeah, but he doesn't make that call.
He has a lot to do with that call. He's got a lot to do with that.
Well, if he's throwing those ugly sailed passes in practice and stuff, he would not be starting.
I think pass
protection was terrible.
Practice is one thing. Game is a different thing, right? He's probably not sailing those balls in practice.
It's not his first year, man. He's a veteran now in this league. He cannot be making those mistakes. I don't know. Maybe he's just sabotaging. He wants out. Not sabotaging, but like his heart's not in it. He just looks terrible. It does not look like Russell Wilson. That being said, the offense in general doesn't look good. The defense, I guess, it kept us in the game. It has kept us in the game the last few weeks. Jamal Adams has made a few plays. But overall, it's a lost season. I mean, Russ hasn't lost 8 games since his rookie year in 2012, when we lost 8 total in the season. So this is guaranteed going to be Russ's first losing season. Pete Carroll looks lost. Last week, he walked off his post-game press conference for the first time as a Seahawk. I don't know if you saw that. Like, he just stopped. He didn't have answers, and he got frustrated and walked off. Like, Pete Carroll, that doesn't happen with Pete Carroll. He's clearly rattled. It's time to start over. It's time to start fresh. I appreciate everything. I've said this even before this bad little run we've been on. I said this last time we recorded, which was weeks ago, that it's time for a change. I think even start from the top. John Schneider, see you later. Thanks. I appreciate the Super Bowl and some of those draft picks, but same thing. Pete, thanks for the Super Bowl. We could have had 2. See you later.
Well, it's because you guys went to that game, so
I was not at that game. That was the problem. But anyways,
sorry, yes.
It's a similar theme, I think, with both of our teams. I just want them to just blow it up. Let's start fresh.
So you don't think that
he
rushed his injury, came back? I think it's 2 things. He came back too early, right? He didn't heal up his injury properly. You can obviously see that when he's making these throws that he's sailing the ball to wide open receivers on the regular. And the second thing is, our expectations of Russell Wilson are so much higher And when he comes out, he throws for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is a decent game for an NFL quarterback.
Stats are meaningless. If you watch the game, you see how bad it was.
Because it's uncharacteristic of him to. He should have thrown for like 404 touchdowns.
No, not even that. Just hit an open throw. He's missing his reads. He'll see a wide open DK 15 yards downfield for first down, and he'll look off of him and throw a fucking 40-yard pass to Lockett out of bounds into double coverage. Like little things like that. He's not taking.
He's too busy. He's too busy, being the producer, throws. Making these videos all the time.
But it's not all on him either.
Quality.
Like I said, it starts at the top. John Schneider continued to not give us an offensive line. He's cheaped out in other areas. He's paid big money and made big trades for certain players, which haven't panned out over the years. We're kind of in that window where they think they can, Russ can get us to contend again. And like I said earlier this year, even if we would have had a decent year, it would have been one playoff game, first round exit. Like we have no draft capital right now. We gave up first round picks for Jamal Adams. So even as we're doing terrible this year, you think like, okay, at least, we might get a first round pick and a nice cornerstone O-lineman to build around. But no, we don't have that because we traded it for Jamal Adams.
I think that you're going to see a big change in your attitude in the next couple of weeks when he finally turns it around.
No, the team's broken. The offense is broken. I don't know if it's Shane Waldron, the new offensive coordinator as well. They're just they're a mess. It's not, and we've seen this coming all season. It's been a slower buildup because they started off okay, but it's coaching, it's everything. They can't adjust the team's game plans. We've just been getting dominated every phase of it. Our best player is our punter.
He's pretty good.
But yeah, it's like I said, I appreciate everything those guys did, but I think it's time to blow it up. And I think it's well overdue to blow up the Canucks as well. Both of our teams, we just need a refresh. We need to start over, rebuild properly.
Well, that's Tyler Shields, ladies and gentlemen. He's collecting heads.
What would you do? What would be your first move with the Seahawks?
He would start at the top.
You know what? I would definitely start with just the football operations. John Schneider and Pete Carroll. I think Schneider, he likes Seattle, but he's a highly coveted guy. He wants to go back to Green Bay. That's where he kind of started his GMing career. I can see him going back there because their team is not a mess in Green Bay, but their front office is a mess especially with Aaron Rodgers, as we've talked about. But
Aaron Rodgers is a part of the team, Ty.
Yeah, that's why he said this is his last year in Green Bay because of the current management situation there. Anyways, just start over, blow it up. I honestly wouldn't even mind, not right now because his value is not as high. He's still a franchise QB. Trade Russ. Let's replenish the draft capital and build the team properly with an offensive defense.
Well, hold on. You can get a lot for Russell Wilson, but will you think Gino could hold it together?
No, the season's lost anyways. This year?
Okay, but for the short term.
You can go out there and find a Ryan Fitzpatrick, like if you want. You're talking about just the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with Gino. Gino wasn't great, but he looked better. He looked better than Russ has looked recently. But I don't know, Mike, what do you think about the Seahawks? What'd you do?
Oh, I would not jump off the horse just yet, my friend. Like I said, I don't think that either we're broken. I think that we have a bunch of injuries that we're working through. I think Russell Wilson's still clearly not 100%. We all know that from watching Russell Wilson throughout the years, that this is definitely not him at 100%. He doesn't throw balls that sail on him like that on a regular basis. I'd like to see what happens the next couple of weeks here and then judge it. I don't think that any changes like you're sort of
really
alluding to are going to happen.
You'd be happy with another season of Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
Really?
Holy fuck, you're like Aquilini.
The same game plans. Like I've talked about this before, and don't think I'm just bringing this up. I've been saying this for the whole season. Like the play calling, the slamming Alex Collins or Chris Carson into the line of scrimmage on first and second down, and then expecting Russ to do something On
But even
third
that
and long.
position, we're decimated with injuries again. Carson,
No, we're
out. Penny, out. You know,
Penny's terrible, and that was another GM and coaching decision. He should have been cut, which I said in training camp. Alex Collins way better than Rashad Penny, and he's not very good. But it's just frustrating. Like I said, I appreciate what those guys did, but it's time to move on. Let's get some new blood in here, and I'd be fine with keeping Russ. We just need a new regime. We need to get an O-line. We need to spend our money and resources differently, in my opinion.
I think you can see it with this team. Like, I see it more with this team than when we look at the Canucks, for example. You see the defense when they're playing well, right? You see the offense when they're playing well. They're unstoppable, both sides of the ball. I mean, we just got to get it to click. And yeah, you're right. That's the coach's job. I don't know if I would, I mean, it's hard. I have a tough time blaming Pete Carroll for these things. I think it's probably those specific, like the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, it's probably more on them than I would say on
he hires them.
I know he hires them.
And he, at the end of the day, he has the say in a lot of those big decisions. And honestly, I think he hasn't lost the team, but his easy, happy-go-lucky attitude, which I like, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of players aren't buying in anymore. Just the little mistakes. Last night's game, the onside kick, we recovered it. I don't know if you saw the highlights when you go back from hockey. We recovered it, but one of our players had 1 foot too far forward across the line where they're kicking, and that's a 5-yard penalty, re-kick. Like little things like that, and that's the coach's responsible. It's sure a special teams coach, but it all comes together for just disappointment. And
back to basics, fundamentals, boys. That's what I say when I teach the flag kids. Fundamentals. Come on.
Yeah, so we'll see how the season plays out. Just frustrating, and as we'll get into right now, Chris, about the Canucks too, huh? What do you think about their recent struggles?
Well, the most shocking thing, I heard all day about any of these situations was that parents entrust Mike to teach their kids about fundamentals playing football. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, after that, so okay, well, Canucks. I mean, guys,
where do you even begin, huh?
Where do you even begin? I mean, this whole holding pattern thing with Green and Benning, and it's just it's I don't even know what to say. Like, well, I don't know what they're doing. What is Aquilini doing? No idea. He is not patient enough to build a team through the draft properly to do a rebuild, but he's patiently watching the team implode and break on itself. Like, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. What's going on? What is happening in that ownership melon of his? I have no idea. How could you not listen? They won a game yesterday. What does that buy them? Like 10 minutes? Okay, they're not going to win. They might even lose to Ottawa. They're talk about injuries. They're all on COVID protocol now.
Yeah.
Being the coach. So what? They might win another game. So what's that going to do? Like, honestly, like, come on. It's so bad. Like, it's so bad. It's so embarrassing. Like,
Speaking of Montreal, who you just brought up, look what they just did. They were in the Stanley Cup final last year. And look what they just did.
Yeah, they got rid of Bergevin.
Cleaned house.
They cleaned house. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? Burrows must be available now.
Well, they didn't get rid of the GM and assistant GM?
Well, that's pretty big moves there, I would say.
Yeah, those aren't little moves, Mike. Those are organizational.
We're on year 8 of Jim Benning. And
you guys want to get rid of? Oh, you guys just want to get rid of Benning, not Benning and the coach?
No, I get rid of a Green too. You got to do something. This team's
that's
not winning.
cleaning house. You need to get rid of everybody.
Listen, you got to you got to get rid of them both. You can't. The team is not performing. Yes. Oh, they're like, oh, good effort. Yeah.
I think you got to start with Francesco being removed from the Canucks and give it another brother.
Listen, we're not going to trade Francesco for Roberto. It's just not going to happen. I mean, Oh, but you know another thing. Speaking of Roberto's, I heard a rumor in the rumor mill that Montreal's looking at Luongo as GM.
That'd be awesome.
You see, right? Like he's French speaking. He can do it. You got to speak French, right? But like, why can't the Canucks just do something? Like it's. I have been listening religiously to every post game show.
It's your favorite time
every
of day.
outlet. Oh, I get so excited when they lose. I love listening to the show.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't love that celebrating these losses now.
No,
even though I did
change.
Get out the lottery simulator already.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, oh fuck, I wasn't ready for that either. But they need to make a change. I don't want to see them lose. Believe me, I'm a Canucks fan, die hard. Man. I love to watch them win. But something needs to change.
You ever think that maybe you're the problem?
Oh yeah. Why? Because I left Edmonton and now they're the best team in the...
You came back here from Edmonton. Look at what the hell's happened. The year before,
we're in last place in the Pacific Division behind the Kraken.
That's your other team. Yeah, you must be happy.
No, man. No, they're at the bottom. They're both at the bottom of the standings. Vegas hasn't been playing well either, even though they do have a lot of injuries, I will say. But
but the Canucks, they need to.
They're essentially all in right now. Like, we gave up a first round draft pick to assemble this team.
Yeah, but look at their best players right now.
I know. I'm saying teams that normally do that are on the verge of a cup run or like getting there. Like that's where management feels that we are at as a team, which is obviously way off. As we're nowhere near a contender. And yeah, you're supposed to say, look at our best players. Go ahead. Our best players right now are OEL and Garland. Who saw that coming? Like, and Pettersson is invisible. He's just been. He looks uninspired.
He scored a goal. He kind of went through last night post game. He's talking about
yeah, but I'm not saying about last night. Just overall, he's been just terrible.
Oh, he's lost. He's absolutely lost.
Well, he's probably frustrated too.
He is as lost as Mike gets in the bush when he goes in and forgets to turn on his GPS. Just gets lost. No, it's very, very disappointing. Okay, it's fine. It's disappointing. They're all having a bad season. Let's say whatever. Bo Horvat, JT Miller, division.
Oh yeah, and what's with that? Is there any truth to that?
No, they're saying there's no truth to it. My sources are telling me that I've been texting with. No real truth to it, but
who have you been texting with? I can't reveal your sources, right?
Three.
I can't reveal my sources.
Dirty Dan.
Yeah, Dirty Dan. No, but yeah. So there hasn't been. So there's no real truth to that. But the message, like, he lost the room. Green. It's so apparent. Oh, no, come on! It looks that way. You can see it from Toronto. Elliot Friedman. He's talking about it all the time. And they lost the room.
I think what you're going to see, they're going to make a move, and that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to say bye-bye to Green. That's the easy move. I think that's what's going to happen here pretty soon.
I agree. And if they're going to do that, though, it should have been done. Stop the bleeding. Like, just to at least change we're playing our way out of a potential of a playoff spot. You know the record we would have to finish with now, even at this point of the season, to get to potential playoff bar. It'd be ridiculous. So why are they waiting?
My insiders have told me that I text with that the Canucks already met with who did they meet with? They met with
what's his name? I know here.
The Montreal dude.
Boudreaux?
Maybe I can't remember.
Claude Julien.
My phone's charging over there.
Oh yeah, Claude Julien.
Claude Julien. There you go. Yes.
But also there's rumors
because they had to ask permission.
Mike Babcock as well.
And that could be good for us because they got to pick up some of the tab on Julien. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see. It's a pretty no-brainer play.
So listen, here's the thing. If you put Julian in, that's a Benning guy. Okay. So that means that Benning's gonna stay. And we don't want that. Listen, Benning, you know what? You did whatever you did, it's fine. Okay. You know,
It doesn't
you did a
matter what
shitty
you
job.
want, man.
Time to go. Okay.
I don't think he's
Out
going
the
again.
door.
We're gonna go down this road again all year long.
Thank you, Jim.
Benning's
Where's
not
your
going.
thinking, Jim?
Benning probably won't go. Benning won't. If Benning doesn't
Where
make a move,
is
he'll go. He'll be gone. I think if he doesn't make a move, he'll be gone.
he's not
Yeah, but
allowed to make
the
a
problem
move.
is,
He's
yeah,
not
he
allowed
can't do
to make
anything.
a move right now.
He's got to wait
They're
for.
not letting him. They're
Well,
not
you
letting
can't blame him.
make a
He's
move.
doing what he's being told to do. Right. That's his job. His job is to uphold the president's vision, and that's that's the owner, really.
Right. So what's the problem here?
Ownership. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Let's
but you can't
take
fire
him away.
the ownership, man.
No, you can't. You can't. But you
Yeah,
can.
but we can
you
take him
sure-
away from Francesco. They got
No, you
there's
could
other
do.
brothers.
There's one way to do it. How you could you could
Not go to
frame him,
games.
frame him somehow, kind of like how they removed that. I've only seen one owner get removed in my life, and it was that basketball team.
Clippers
Remember?
owner.
Yeah, I've never seen it before until that happens. If you could frame him somehow, get some inside video and him doing something very wrong, then you might
Very
be able
wrong,
to,
yeah.
to get rid of him.
No, you know what? They need to make a move, and if they don't make a move, I had plans to get a couple of games, a couple of seats. You know, I got 2 boys. I'm going to take 2 boys and myself, so three seats per game. I was going to go to 3, 4, 5 games this year. No, I don't think so. I don't even know if I'm going to go to the Abbotsford Canucks game. I don't know if I want to support them
he
right
doesn't
now.
give a shit about you because he wants the season ticket holders there every single night, not the 3, 4, 5 game guys that are gonna come in here and when they're in there. You know, that's
And
not
I was
what
gonna
he
buy.
caters to.
I was
My
gonna
sources
buy-
have told
I
me
was
there's a
gonna
lot of
buy
unhappy
the
season ticket
tickets.
holders.
Yeah, I was gonna buy the season tickets, the tickets from a season ticket holder who's telling me that he cannot sell any games right now, and I'm like, oh well, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna buy any either. Not until they make a coaching change.
Unless you bring your prices down a little bit more, you pay
Yeah,
me to take
yeah.
them.
Just go, and then you can continue the fire Jim and Green movement. There's a lot of them
I have
there
to
at
borrow-
the games.
Yeah, I have to borrow Mike's hat, the thank you Jim hat. Where is that hat?
It's here. It's here.
Yeah, send me a picture of it later. I'm gonna post it.
I'm waiting until he makes a move.
He's gonna be moved out the door.
And the difference is, like I was talking about the Seahawks, that I appreciate everything that John Schneider and whatever Pete Carroll did. I appreciate nothing that Benning has done for us. Maybe
Well, he did-
Quinn Hughes,
Quinn
Pedersen, but
Besser,
he didn't.
Stemko.
He got us a bubble playoff series or 2, and that's about
The bubble run was fun. I gotta say, I enjoyed myself. But
When we won
Yeah.
the couple playoff series, is that in the bubble?
it. Yeah,
yeah,
with no fans. Maybe that's why, because we weren't allowed to go to the games.
Who,
Yeah,
mustache
could be.
man there. Yeah.
I was talking to all of us collectively, actually.
Oh yeah, that could be true too.
But yeah, Mike, do you have any reason for optimism for the rest of this Canucks season? You think we're going to turn it around?
No, I don't think we're going to turn it around. I don't. I don't see, because the team that's playing there.
There's some technical difficulties there. My
Is
apologies.
I
Anyways, go
don't
on.
know how that just happened.
Was
The
that
team that we're
Jim
seeing-
Benning on speakerphone there, chiming in? Hear what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
You heard what Govik was saying about him. But the team that we got on the ice, I mean, they're not plagued with injuries. That's just sort of what we get there. They don't have the heart. I mean, we could have a story like, remember when the Penguins brought in Balsma and they turned it around, and they did another, and they won the cup, and then they did it another
Or-
time.
That's a
Too.
good
They
point.
did
Or
twice.
like St.
Yeah, but
Louis a
Bilesma
few years
had-
ago. Remember St. Louis a few years ago?
Yeah, okay, St. Louis, but Bilesma had Crosby, he had Fleury, he had Gino.
Yeah, but you
Like-
got look at the Canucks. You have a rookie of the year, right? You have a Calder trophy winning player. You have some star-studded defensemen, and you have some great top 6 is really really good. Can be really really good. You got to bring it out of them. The Bessers, the Horvats, they should be able to produce. I don't see it
Defense is
happening
an
unless
issue.
I don't see it happening unless there's a move at the head coach position.
Exactly.
And then it's possible.
I agree, and that goes back to what I was just saying. Like, what the hell are they waiting for then? Like, I
don't know.
yeah, we're say the Aquilinis and that, but if you want to salvage this season, a change needed to be made weeks ago.
I think part of it too is like, if you want to salvage this season, I don't think if you say you fire the head coach, you don't just go and replace him with like the assistant coach. I think you got to fire the head coach, and then you got to bring someone new in. Maybe the head coach
A
and the assistant
new
coach bring
voice.
someone new
A
in.
new voice.
So that's what they're doing right now. Like we just said,
Fair enough, but
Julian.
any move would be a spark. It's something,
Yeah.
Like pulling the goalie who's getting lit up, and you're not playing the better goalie, but it's a change. Maybe it'll spark the team.
This team is like Patrick Waugh in his last game with Montreal. They just let him in, or left him in, and then he lost his mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. To sum up this, to summarize this segment, fire everybody from our teams. Fire everybody.
Ty's coming out and he's collecting heads.
I've been saying this all year, though. It's not just like a today
thing. Man.
Jesus. And look, looks like I was right.
Go with it. We better start producing on this podcast. Ty's gonna access, man.
Is that what's
That's
happening?
enough for you.
All right, so enough with the doom and gloom on episode 35 here of the podcast, because we got some great news today, or we had a great press conference from our boy Tiger Woods down at the tournament he normally plays in and hosts in the Bahamas, the Hero World Championship. So, Mike, what did he have to say? Is he going to be out on the course anytime soon?
Well, it was great to see Tiger finally come back and talk to the press. It's been just about a year now that he got into that car accident. It was in February of last year, I believe it was. And, the details still really haven't come out about the crash, like what caused the crash and stuff like that. But, we talked a lot about his injuries. So he was hospitalized for 3 weeks. He broke his right leg, tib and fib, had to have surgeries on him. He went home and he was in a hospital bed for 3 months. And then he talked about his progress, how it, little, it was like little wins every day. If he got up, didn't get up, he got to go like wheel outside and see the sun, stuff like that. And a week ago, there was photos of him, or little video snippets of him hitting balls again on the range, which got everybody excited. And I think
got me very excited. 100%.
Yeah, and as we were just talking, I saw an article saying that Tiger Woods was the favorite to win at Augusta in April, which I was like, do not bet him. I don't think this is going to happen. But he said, he's at the Hero Challenge in the Bahamas. It's his tournament that he hosts, which is awesome to see him. He looks like he's in great shape, although when he was walking, he was kind of hobbling a little bit, definitely favoring that right leg. He said that when he was sitting there that he was feeling pain in his back and in his leg at that time. He doesn't think that he's going to be able to compete. He doesn't know if he's ever going to be back to where he was before. He said he sat down, he talked to his family about, should he try to make a push even for the PGA to come back. And the consensus was that he was going to try. He's going to try to come back to the PGA, but he's never going to play full time again. He's just going to pick and choose tournaments, kind of like how Ben Hogan did in the twilight of his career.
And you know what? He was kind of doing that a little bit before the car accident too, right? From his last comeback, like he didn't play every week.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like this guy is just, his ability to come back is unbelievable. Like it's crazy that. Even from in 2009, from the sex scandal or whatever you want to call it, players then are saying, oh no, there's no way he's ever going to come back. Comes back to become world ranking #1 golfer, winning majors again. It's pretty impressive.
All the surgeries and everything, and the knees. I agree. So you can tell he really likes the challenge. Like being like told like, you might not be able to golf again. Like, that's gets in the gym and gets on the course, and but
apparently the leg was like so bad that there was like amputation was like a real conversation that they had. Like, could you imagine if
Yeah,
they
I
amputate
know.
Tiger's right leg?
Did you
That
see
is-
that the clip of that reporter asking the question? He
No.
asked him that,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "I have a follow-up question." And Tiger's like, "Okay." He asked him about was there a chance you might lose your leg or whatever? Tiger's like,
Yeah.
"Yep." And then he's like, "Okay, I have a follow-up question." And then it was awkward silence. He's like, "I forgot my follow-up question."
Yeah.
Tiger just gave him this look.
Then he remembered it. I remember. Like
Oh, did he? I didn't see.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
see how it
remembered it.
finished. Did they go
Yeah.
back to him? Because I
They
saw they
went back
moved
to
on
him.
to another report. That's hilarious.
They
I
went
didn't
back
see
to
that.
him. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny actually. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like it almost seems like watching Tiger, it almost and watching the press conferences, almost like you were listening to like a retirement speech. Like he's really not building up, what people want to hear. That he wants to come
Yeah,
back and he wants to win majors. That's all. That's what we want to hear. That's what we
I
want to
agree,
see.
but he kind of did that before too, like from his last few, where he's like, I didn't know if I'd ever win again. I was just happy to be able to remember, like even after his major surgeries, he said kind of the same things. Like I was happy just to be able to walk outside and play football with my kid and go to his tournaments and stuff like that. So it was kind of a similar tone, but I will agree it was, I don't know, it wasn't as like I wanted to hear him like, yeah, I'll see these guys at Augusta.
Yeah.
Hope they're ready, whatever. Like I heard him say stuff like, I can chip and putt with any of these guys, but it's the way they drive the ball. He's like, he doesn't know if he can bomb it out there where
Yeah.
he could compete,
Yeah.
right?
He said he's played full 18s, but not from the tips. He's played them from like probably where we play from, and he says he still can play pretty good, but he's not hitting the ball very far. He does have some discomfort in his legs still. I mean that's kind of encouraging. Like reading between the lines, like Tiger Woods, when he enters a tournament, he's entering it to win it. He's not entering it to participate. You know what I mean? So the fact that he's saying that when I hear him saying that he wants to come back and he wants to play in the PGA, I think he thinks he can win still. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or he wouldn't be coming back. So
he probably just doesn't want to put too much like hope and like the confidence out there, like that he's gonna go and destroy all these guys. He wants to stay kind of low key Tiger. Like, I'm gonna try and compete, and then he'll go out there and just rip it up at Augusta. Or that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what. Hopefully, he gets through this and lays off those pain meds because that could be an issue there.
Did you notice his arms? He didn't skip his upper body workout.
No, he's jacked.
While he's been been recovering, eh?
Yeah.
He was always like that, but like obviously now with his major leg surgeries and stuff from the accident, he probably can't do a lot of those leg lower body exercises, but he was jacked, man, sitting there at the podium.
Oh yeah, he's in phenomenal shape. Yeah, he always has been though. But yeah, he's a beast, man. And happy to have him back. Happy to have him back in the spotlight and talking again and getting all those golf fans something to talk about.
Totally, yeah. And yeah, he looked good. Hopefully he continues to progress with his golf game and everything. And I don't know, you think we'll see him at Augusta?
I don't think you'll see him playing at Augusta, but I think you'll see him at Augusta.
Well, no, sorry, yeah. Do you think you don't think he'll play in April?
No, I don't think so. Do you?
I do. But like I said, I'm just really hopeful. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll figure out a bet.
All right.
But I think he will play. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of that time of year. Obviously, the weather's terrible here. We can't golf. The tournaments right now, the fields aren't stacked. Like, they're all over the place. There's just that tournament in Playa del Carmen, which was a cool tournament because we played there, but it's that kind of crappy schedule of the PGA Tour season because it's already started. It's crazy that there was like a 3-week break and then the next season has already started. That goes till next August or whatever. But yeah, the unofficial start is obviously Kapalua. So seeing Tiger in an interview kind of gets you a little excited for the start of the unofficial golf season in January.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, what's the bet here before we finish this segment? What do you think?
What we should do, like a Masters dinner bet, man. Like if Tiger's playing in the field, me and you, I'll treat you to dinner at a restaurant of your choice, okay? And if he's not, and if he's only attending the Masters dinner, then you got to take me to dinner of my choice, and we got to pick a place that's within reason, obviously.
Okay, fine, deal.
Okay, it's gonna be our little Masters dinner.
We'll lock it in.
Done.
All right, sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our show for the evening. Episode 35. Another great performance by the West Coast Sports Junkies. Episode 35. Wow. Can't believe it's already been at 35 episodes. Be sure to tune in next time. I think we're going to do one next week, aren't we, boys?
100%.
Absolutely.
Back on track for 2022. We'll be here with you. That's right. Adios.